Recently, I rewatched a film called Secondhand Lions for the first time in several years. I had remembered it being one of my favorites growing up. We used to watch it and be engulfed by the great adventures the story holds, laugh at the funny bits, and wish we could have been there to help Walter and his uncles in their battles against the bad guys. It's a man's story through and through. Young Mark's imagination would then consume him for a couple days in the adventures of the story, fighting against the bad guy and his henchmen across Africa, capturing his treasure, and saving the princess. The film knew its audience, people like me. It didn't try to be something it wasn't or change the audience's mind on some topic. It was true entertainment, and that made it successful. Sure, it didn't make any money at the box office, but that's not always what determines the success of a film. The early 2000s seem to have had a pretty good grasp on target audiences and creating stories that people cared about. It was an era that influenced my own writing and the characters in my screenplays. There's something to be said about simple storytelling, stories that don't try to take on the whole world. One of my favorite quotes from my time at film school says, "The universal is found in the particular." It sounds philosophical, and it probably is, but it speaks volumes to the world of film as well. For film, the universal is the thing that appeals to the widest audience possible, something that all major studios try to achieve. They call a film like that the four-quadrant film, which is a film that appeals to male and female audiences, both under 25 years old and over 25 years old. Finding the magic mean that meets the preferences of all four audiences is a tall order, which is why most of the time it doesn't work out. So if the universal appeals to all four quadrants, and the universal is found in the particular, the focus should probably be spent on finding what that particular is. And when talking about film, I think that particular is something that appeals to anyone in any of those four quadrants on a primal level. That primal level can be understood as needs we all have, human needs, survival, love and connection, esteem and respect, reproduction, justice and revenge, freedom, power and control. These primal drivers and others like them are expanded on in books like Blake Snyder's Save the Cat, Robert McKee's Story, and Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power. Secondhand Lions showcases numerous examples of these primal needs or particulars throughout the film. It shows survival through young Walter's journey to navigate his mother's reckless relationships, and young Garth and Hub with their many near-death experiences in their adventures throughout Africa. It shows love and connection, with many of Hub's adventures coming as a result of his love for Princess Jasmine and his drive to protect her from harm. And it shows how Walter's self-worth wasn't grounded in his family's broken background, but in how he grew to see his uncles as the father figures he never had, modeling himself after them. There are other primal needs found throughout the film, and in every film worth its salt. I think that's what's at the heart of good storytelling. It's the everyday struggles we all go through. Sure, it's fun to have a Moroccan town as a backdrop, but those are just the accidents of a story. What really matters, the things that get us off the couch and into the cinema to watch a film, are the common struggles we all face. We all have primal needs. It's part of our human nature. So the trick is identifying the primal needs you're familiar with, because as another of my favorite quotes from film school goes, you have to write what you know. So that's my review of Secondhand Lions. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give the video a like and subscribe for more film-related content. And I will see you next week.